The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
And good afternoon and welcome to Jackson Christian's beautiful campus where Merle Hass Field is. Today we have two great teams going in this contest on Worthy Road Studios BallGame Blitz on the Jackson Christian Facebook page. It will be Jackson Christian and Kirk Academy. Worthy Road Studios, of course, this is a copywritten broadcast, and any further use of this contest, any rebroadcast, retransmission, or further use is prohibited. You have to have the express written consent of Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz. I'm Coach Joe Holloway. Along with me today is Gary Lockhart, Paul Schultze, and Billy Boland. They will be handling the technical aspects, the camera work, and all of the good things that you see here brought to you. Two great teams here, both young, both have some older players, but they're the young part, especially for Jackson Christian, a factor. Ole Miss, of course, has a Ole Miss signee on this team, and there is a commitment to Southern Miss, I understand. We'll tell you more about that. Jackson Christian, extremely young. Last night, their ace had to relieve J.T. Favera, so he will not be pitching today. We'll tell you about pitching matchups and things like that in just a few moments. We'll tell you it's 82 degrees, overcast skies here in Jackson, although the sun is trying to break through in some spots. As you see down on the field, they're going over the ground rules. And I tell you what we're going to do right now. We're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, we're going to have some baseball for you. Fleet Feet, your locally owned source for the best shoes for school, work, running, and everyday comfort. They offer a 3D scan of your feet and professional fitting. Fleet Feet sells the top-selling brands Hoka, On Cloud, and Brooks. To add comfort to your spikes or other performance shoes, let Fleet Feet fit you for a pair of arch support inserts. Get the quality you want and the service you deserve at Fleet Feet in Jackson on Oilwell Road beside Walgreens.
Tired of going to the dealerships only to see empty spaces? Then come to Carlock Nissan of Jackson. We have over 60 new vehicles in stock and more coming in daily. You can see, feel, and of course smell that new car smell. Save up to $8,600 off MSRP on a new Nissan. Plus, special APR financing as low as 1.9%. It's all at Carlock Nissan of Jackson. You should already be here.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Mention BallGame Blitz Sports Network and receive a free gift.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise, and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's body shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all pre-arranged funerals. So you may have pre-arranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all pre-arranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
And we are ready for some baseball. Both these teams involved in one-run games last night. Over at USJ, Kirk Academy got a hard-fought 2-1 victory. They missed on some opportunities, as Coach Bianco and I talked a little bit about that one. Watched a part of it. His good friend Steve Beverly called it for Worthy Road Studios in the BallGame Blitz. Here, a 10-9 comeback victory, putting 4 runs up in the bottom of the 6th and sending the ace, J.T. Favera, out there, who got a save. He normally is a starting pitcher. He won't pitch again until next week here in this part of Tennessee. The schools play on Monday at one of the schools in the district, and they reverse and go to the other school and play there on Tuesday. And JT probably won't pitch before Monday or Tuesday, probably Tuesday. But the ace got the save, and so both teams, Kirk Academy on top from the get-go pretty much. They did that, I think, in the 3rd innings when they got their runs, missed some opportunities. And like I said, Jackson Christian first O'Brien had the lead, then Jackson Christian. It changed, and then it looked like O'Brien was about to run away with it as when they got their 9th run. Jackson Christian fought back in the 5th and 6th and took that one. Several people had 2 hits in the game, but one of note would be Reed Cooper, our fine second baseman. A lot of people think that Reed doesn't hit very well, but he does. And, of course, I know that Kirk Academy, who comes into this contest at 25-10 with 1 tie, may have felt like they should have put more on the board. And being fair, Coach Bianco was right. They should put more on there, 12-7. Want to say hey to all our people watching from Kirk Academy, and we love you Jackson Christian fans. You're with us regularly. Following the Eagles, the girls softball team was playing today. They had a tough night last night. We'll try to catch you up on that. And a lot of things going. And, of course, the infield looks like Daniel Green at first, Reed Cooper at second. The quarterback but shortstop for baseball at first, and stepping in to hit is Anthony Carolla. First pitch is a swinging strike to him. And our Councilman David Sisko just walked by and hollered. He also has Carson Holt is his grandson. Jack Collins, the crafty lefty on the mound who doubles as a defensive back in football, and he's a good one. He took a couple back to the house last year Here's the 1-strike pitch. Fouled off for strike 2. Of course, Corolla wears number 4. He's going to play third base today. On deck is Noah Jackson, the center fielder. Hudson Maddox, the shortstop. He'll hit third. Landon Rice hits fourth. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Popped up. Looks like it's going to be out of reach, over the fence. Just the wrong one, as a good friend of mine, Michael Mitchelson, says when he's calling a game. It's a foul ball, so the count remains at 0-2. Outfield slightly, well, they're straight away except in center, and I think he's just trying to look around the pitcher. The old 50-foot, that was kind of one of those 50-foot pitches there. And, of course, everybody on our network knows it's 60 feet 6 inches to home plate. Catching today is Wyatt Jones. Shortstop, we were saying Austin Kelly and Zach Creasy at third base. The 1-2 pitch outside evens the count at 2-2. In the outfield, Eli Terry in right. Easton Jones is in left. And the center fielder is the speedy J.T. Mullins. Here's the pitch. Hit into the dugout. Nobody fielded it. Actually went high enough to get over the protective screen there. All the players protected. As Anthony Corolla, he is hanging tough in there. He's up at the front of the box checking his stance out. Here's a great center field shot by our cameraman. And the curve stays high. It was wanting to break. You could see the spin. Now, if you think you're having trouble seeing Jackson Christian's numbers, they're wearing their white uniforms, but the numbers are just outlined in blue, and sometimes it takes our Zoom camera work to get those numbers. High, back to the backstop, but here it'll bounce back to the catcher a lot of times. And so after being down 0-2, Corolla works, and he did a good job. That's a good piece of hitting on his part. That brings up Noah Jackson, the center fielder. Let's see what kind of move that Jack got. Jack does pitch. He is like the fourth man. He will pick up an extra game. He can relieve. He's a great little outfielder, and they're going to first with it. The definitive step, and you've got Corolla diving back in there. Now, I know that the style that Coach Bianca prefers is to run some on teams and put a lot of pressure on them. Here's the pitch, driven for a base hit. The wind kind of bent that one to our left fielder, and he brings it back into the infield. So 2 runners on now, first and second. Base hit by Noah Jackson, bringing up Hudson Maddox, the shortstop, also a signee at the University of Mississippi, better known as Ole Miss. And the wind really blowing hard here in Jackson, Tennessee now. And we're going to have winds the rest of the ball game. That pitch is high. Infield at double play depth. Now I'm going to be mad. I've got Nacho sitting over here for between innings. They keep blowing my chips out. That's going to be a bad thing. 1 ball, no strike pitch. 2 runners on, no outs. That one right over the outside edge. Kind of short to right field, but a 20-foot fence. It's only about 280 down there. About 300 to 305 to left field. About 380 to center, and they got a high fence out there. Jack Collins steps back. The lefty will step back in and get his sign. The runner had a pretty good lead, and sometimes you have to check them. There's several different ways to keep that runner's lead from being very big. Of course, not holding it first with runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. Hit high up in the air. Back, 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 back. And Mr. Wilson, we need a new baseball. It is a 3-run home run. That one got right in the wheelhouse. So 3 RBIs right there. And not the way Jack Collins and Jackson Christian wanted to start this one. And that young man, you got to keep his hands tied up and keep him from being able to extend, and don't put it in his wheelhouse. Very good player, though. I know Coach Bianco will be glad to see him. Actually, this will be the elder Bianco, and I hate to call him old because I'm a lot older than he is. Coming up is number 20, Landon Rice, the left fielder. No, we've got him in right today. He's right. Here's one hit. Will it fall? Going over there. Great play by Austin Kelly. And, folks, let me tell you, that is a hard play for a shortstop to make in foul territory. He went a long way to get the first out, bringing up Carter Hathcock, the first baseman, who hits left-handed. That was a good play. That one stayed a mile high, and you talk about your arms and extension and things like that when you're hitting. Jack didn't want to do that. That was not done on purpose. That was a pitch that got away from him. So a hits batsman, puts a runner on first, and brings up Lane Goss. He's in left field today. Lane wears number 6. Right-handed hitter. And he looks it over. Infield's at double play depth. There's a pitch right through the hole. Austin gets there a lot of time, but a step over, and it allows it to be a base hit. Not because he wanted it to be. That's the way he was positioned. So now runners at first and second again with only one out. Gage Griffin, the catcher, coming up there. Gage wears number 2. And Gage is a senior. Middle of the box stance. The left-hander Collins checks the runners. Delivers. This one, a solid one coming in. Will the center fielder get it? And they're going to go to second. Just a little high on the throw. It would have been close anyway. But Griffin flies out, or more of a line out, to the center fielder for the second out. And that brings up the designated hitter, Logan Pratt. Pratt wears number 8. And, of course, Timms, the pitcher, Connor Timms, will not hit. That's the reason for the DH today. Big right-handed hitter. Collins' delivery a little high. The release point check. As you watch these games with the great shots you get, you can check out the pitcher's release points. You can see what they did on curve balls and things like this. Another great shot by Worthy Road Studios, who produces these BallGame Blitz broadcasts. And we don't charge you like the National Federation does to see these games. Collins ready to come to the plate and just missing a little low. 2 balls, no strikes. Got some great sponsors. Those of you here in West Tennessee, Thompson & Smith Insurance Agency, and even down in Grenada, you might want to check them out. Call Roger Smith or Chuck Thompson. Great job. They bring you the little scoreboard shot that we have. The 2-0 pitch, swung on, fouled off, and that hurts, folks. Trust me, if that's never happened to you, just go and throw one off of your leg, and you won't throw it as hard as it comes off that bat. But I wouldn't advise doing it. It's kind of like the guy in college that told one of the people I was in the athletic dorm with that his headache would go away if you dropped a concrete block on his foot. Well, he did. He broke his foot, and his foot hurt, but his headache went away. Not good thinking. That hurts what happened to the young hitter. Pratt up there, hitting in the 8th slot. Collins is going to check that runner. Green is deep. We're going to second. And almost had a play. Now, I know you say, well, they didn't even put a tag, but it was closer than it looked. Good reaction by the runner at second. Great job by Jack Collins on the pickoff move. Believe it or not, he's got a pickoff move even better than that. 2-1 the count with 2 outs. A runner at second. He's stealing. This one hit. It's going to be way foul. That looked like one of the hooks off of my golf clubs. You don't want to play golf with me. We spend all our time hunting for golf ball. Got out in front of that one just a little bit, but solid, good strength and power. Count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. The deuces are wild here in the first inning. with a 3-0 lead for Kirk Academy. Collins checks. They're going to second again. This time wasn't real close. That's more of, I know you're there. You're a step further than I want you to be. I'm going to throw down here and make you go back. But I'm fixing to come with my better move the next time. Infield pretty well at normal depth. Although Kelly is closer to second. Outside, and you saw Wyatt Jones load up the I start to say young catcher. He's a senior. Was a linebacker on the football team, and a good one too. Part-time unlicensed chiropractor on the football field. Other times he hit harder than that. 3-2, 2 outs, 2 runners on, and we've got time. The merry-go-round will start right here. The runners on second and first will be off with the pitches. Let's see, does Collins come with the breaking ball, or does he throw the number 1, the Von Ryan Express, down Main Street? Everybody on their toes. This is where baseball has its best action. The runners will be going as soon as he starts towards the plate. They're going right now. Swung on and missed for strike 3. But 3 big runs on 3 hits, 2 men left on base, and the score at the end of 1/2 inning of play, Kirk Academy 3, Jackson Christian coming to bat. Let's go and take a timeout on the BallGame Blitz Network.
Carlac Prestige is not your typical used car dealer. We have everything from a Porsche to this, and lots more. We inspect and repair all our vehicles. Ask us to prove it. We will.
Carlac Prestige, Van Drive, Jackson.
Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in teen sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your teen sports. You can email or call us for all your teen sports needs. Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction.
We're back. You're getting a great shot from our camera 1. You can hear the wind whistling, and it's not whistling Dixie either. Kirk Academy picked up 3 big runs in that first, and Jackson Christian will want to get something going, and they're going to send to the plate leading off number 6, Eli Terry. He'll be followed by number 24, Zach Creasy. Both of these young men are sophomores, and a third sophomore in the third spot, number 1, Austin Kelly. Hitting cleanup today, Wyatt Jones. He's a senior catcher. Easton Jones, the left fielder, will be hitting 5th. 6th, J.T. Mullins. 7th, the designated hitter, Carson Holt. And hitting 8th, Daniel Green, the big first baseman. We'll tell you about him a little bit. You see the throw go down. Reed Cooper hitting 9th. And the pitcher today, of course, you know, is Jack Collins. A lot of these young men, just like at Kirk Academy, they double and play 2 sports. Some play 3. And they're here, though, first to get an education. These are still student athletes, although here in the state of Tennessee and states around they have gotten some NIL legislation passed here. They're just not finished with the rules on it yet. First pitch from Timms, it's a little high for ball 1. We don't have any pitching stats other than I think we may have some on Jack Collins. Would love to have him on Kirk Academy, but they're traveling. There's a strike. Terry wanted to offer it that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield at normal depth. Outfield is straight away. And there's a nice breaking ball for a strike. This young man, a pretty fast worker on the mound, Connor Timms. The pitch, and that one hit right about on the plate, but just a little bit outside. Easton Well, this is actually Eli Terry at the plate. Easton Jones coming up later. This one fouled off, hanging tough, and everybody says, good old mask, umpire and catcher. Sometimes the catcher's equipment are called the tools of ignorance, but catchers are really smart people. There's a lot they have to do and control. Here's Tim's pitch. Fouled off again, the big hop into the dugout, out of the dugout, bouncing off the roof. Third baseman will help him out a little bit, Corolla. Give it back to his pitcher. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. The leadoff man, Terry, hitting .368 up there with 9 RBIs. He scored 12 times. And there's one that's going to go out of play, foul. And I couldn't tell if somebody caught it. We'll give you a contract. You can play on Murphy's Beach Bums if you catch a foul ball. The 2-2 pitch again. Swinging, strike 3, and he's out. They say the catcher did catch it. So 1 strikeout, 1 out. Zach Creasy, the third baseman, comes up. Zach averaging .328 with 14 RBIs. Zach has scored 19 times. He's a sophomore. As we said, the first 3 hitters are sophomores. 4 out of the first 5 are sophomores, a very young team. Oh, the bender, the breaking ball, curve, whatever you want to call it, that was a nice one. And actually, it's 6 out of the first 7 are sophomores. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Probably broke the plane and went around. The umpire says yes. So quickly in the hole is Zach Creasy, not where he wants to be. I do not have my pitch count like I usually do. Here's one on the ground. It's a base hit. Zach Creasy with a fine piece of hitting. He should be going for 2. They'll field it down, and it goes kind of down the hill just a little bit, picked up, and Zach Creasy is on second with a double, which puts him in scoring position. 2-bagger, whatever you want to say, Austin Kelly. Austin had been on a really hot streak, got tamed down. I believe he may have had 1 hit yesterday. We'll have to check back on that. Game changer not working today is what the biggest problem is. Tell you about the Lady Eagles in softball as the pitcher goes out. Today they had a game with Pell City Varsity Panthers, and those were one of those time-limited games, and it was a 3-3 tie, and they play at 3:30 today against the Bell Green Bulldogs Varsity. Again, doubleheader for them. Let's see if we can get something going with the baseball, though. Runner at second, 1 out in the inning. The shortstop's going to play games with that runner. Here's one driven and a solid base hit there to the left fielder, and they're going to put pressure on it, wave him on. It'll be cut by the third baseman, and the runner holds it first, and it's a 3-1 contest as Austin Kelly picks back up when he was hitting hot. He gets the single, he gets the RBI, and he runs it first, and he's a pretty good base runner. Solid man, number 10, the senior, Wyatt Jones, the catcher. We will miss him next year. They're going to miss him in football, too. And there's a pickoff attempt at first. And I don't think we're going to have game changer today either. We'll check it and see. Pitch a ball with that runner at first. Oh, double play ball possibly to second for 1 to first, and they got him. 5-4-3, a double play. That ends the inning, but 1 run was scored on 2 hits, no errors, and at the end of 1, it's 3-1, Kirk Academy ahead of Jackson Christian. Let's take a timeout on the BallGame Blitz and Jackson Christian Facebook.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. mattresses, and bedding accessories, outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
And going into the top of the second, Mitchell Madden, the second baseman, will lead it off against Jack Collins. As Wyatt Jones was the last hitter, it takes a little bit longer. Jack taking his warm-up tosses. Madden will be followed by Corolla, Jackson, and Maddox. Maddox had the 3-run home run a while ago. Be interesting to see how he's pitched this time. Daniel Green at first, Reed Cooper at second. Austin Kelly, who had the RBI a moment ago, at short. And Zach Creasy, who got our first hit. And, of course, the outfield, you've got Easton Jones in left field, J.T. Mullins in center field, and Eli Terry in right. First pitch, got it, and that was a good place to throw that one. It was inside and right at the knees on that black rubber part of the plate that surrounds the white part of the plate. Swinging, foul-tipped ball. So 0-2 on Mitchell Madden, the second baseman. And remember, early the first hitter had 0-2 on Corolla, and he worked his way back and got a bases on balls and later scored on the home run. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. And outside release, you saw where the release. Check those release points sometimes. Check how the pitcher follows through. You can learn a lot about where to bunt on somebody. And that one is a ball inside and low. So the same thing that happened with the first hitter last inning, 0-2 count. Now they've worked their way back into the 3-2 situation. Popped foul. And gentlemen, thank you. We had, if you wonder what that was about, they were standing in my sight line. Very uncouth to do that to an announcer. That's a good word, uncouth. The 3-2 pitch from Jack Collins on its way. Low, and it's a repeat of what happened on the very first hitter of the contest. That will bring up the man that it happened to, Anthony Corolla, the third baseman, who was on with a walk the first time. He later scored, and you don't want Maddox coming up there with runners on base. This is a fine baseball player. Taking the runner coming to the plate, Collins a little bit outside. Infield's at double play depth. Reed Cooper has actually cheated a little bit, and he looks like he's covering if there's a base stealer. And Madden looks like he could go, and you know what? Jackson Christian thought the same thing, so they drove him back with a pickoff attempt. 2 fine young coaches, Chase McLean for the Jackson Christian School, Mike Bianco for the, or this is junior, not the Ole Miss coach. That's his dad. He does a good job with Kirk Academy. They played 36 games. They're 25-10-1. They do have a tie. Jackson Christian at 13-7. Mississippi is allowed to start a little earlier than we are with the baseball. Here's the pitch. Nice pitch there. Outside corner. Had some spin to it. Didn't really break. 1-1 the count with a runner at first. No outs. We're in the top of the second. Kirk Academy, and they go to first, leading 3-1. This is the top of the second, actually. Both teams scored in the top of the first. So we'll try the 1-1 again. Here it comes. It's low. And Wyatt Jones, the catcher, had an idea to go after Madden. He probably wanted one more step because he loaded the gun, and he has got one. I know during the JV game we had with, I think the Madison Mustangs came over and played a JV game. A swinging strike, evens the count at 2-2. Blake Rowland, who starts on the JV team and is dressed for the varsity game. His 100-year-old grandmother was here today. I think she has left, but we want to say congratulations for being a Centurion. Here's one back to the pitcher. Collins goes to second, and Austin Kelly stretches like a first baseman and gets the force out. Score that 1-6. Corolla on with a fielder's choice at first. That brings up Noah Jackson, who had a single and scored in that first inning. Noah wears number 5 like that number because Joe DiMaggio wore it. Johnny Bench wore it. There's some other fine players wore it. It just happened to be my old number in a couple of sports. Jack Collins is going to check the runner, who has a very nice lead at first. Swinging foul ball. Daniel Green, who's pretty sure-handed. You've seen his work with a glove. You ought to see it playing H-back or linebacker for the football team. Huge young man, already got some schools offering. Collins being very careful, and it'll call time. Got another young man that is definitely, Austin Kelly, even though he's our quarterback and a fine one for next year, Austin will pursue baseball, and he's got a couple of years to look at it, and he'll play football the next 2 years. They've got him picked off. Now you just got to execute. And he got by. I know what he did. The right hand got around. The throw was just a little offline. Actually had him picked off, and he still winds up advancing. So now a runner in scoring position. And Corolla gets big leads. Right now, you could sneak somebody in. This one down the line, it's a fair ball. Corolla's going to score because the left fielder, he'll be almost at home when the left fielder picks it up. He fumbled it a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and score it a double because he was going to probably make 2 anyway, even with the hustling of the left fielder. So another run in, and it's 4-1. Easton Jones did all he could do to get that one back in. Only one out, and advancing to the plate is the shortstop, Hudson Maddox, wears number 3, Babe Ruth's old number. He had a 3-run homer the last time. He's got 3 RBIs, obviously, on the day. And you can hear the wind whistling again. There's the pickoff move. My colleague Steve Beverly, who did a great job calling that game last night between USJ and Kirk, he didn't have to put up with the wind last night. But he did a great job of that. Worthy Road brings you the best in sporting events and other things. Here's one out in front, hit it off the hitting pavilion down there where they take batting practice. Fine facility here at Mural Hass Field. Jackson Christian, a great school. I think the speech department has got something coming up. There's a big play coming up here next week, I believe it is, at Jackson Christian. Of course, the baseball team travels to Fayette Academy on Monday, and I think that the Kirk Academy team, obviously they'll go back to Grenada, and they've got games next week. two good baseball teams, but control right now rests in the hands of Kirk Academy at 4-1. Outfield deep and straight away, and I would say Maddox probably has power to all fields. I've only seen a little bit of film on him. Here's Collins' pitch. That one outside high a little bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And I said Maddox, this is actually Noah Jackson. My apologies. No, Noah had the double. My scorebook, I'm used to using Game Changer, and my scorebook, when I get the old scorebook out. Here's Maddox hit. It's deep. On his horses, Mullins, he'll not get there. This one will be cut off before it gets the wall. 1 run will streak to the plate, and Maddox will step in there. Some of you people remember the old paper scorebooks and stuff, and I'm used to using it. But today, Game Changer has decided it's going to take a vacation. Matter of fact, it didn't even light up and tell us that Jackson Christian's playing Kirk Academy at 3 p.m. on the 15th. Another RBI, so he's got a 4 RBI day and a double for Maddox. Brings up Landon Rice, the right fielder. He hits left-handed. He popped on that fine catch to the shortstop in the first inning. Okay, I see some signs being flashed now. The pitchers and infielders can communicate, especially when there's something about holding on and pickoff moves. If I'm Kelly, I probably am talking, and I make my voice get louder as I back up. That's one way of talking to a runner. Austin, a very smart player. 1-1 the count with 1 out, a runner on. So if you've got ones, you may have something going. Outfield, slight shade to right. Collins wants to get this hitter and not let Maddox advance. The breaking ball, that's what it was supposed to be, stayed a little high. Got to talk to, of course, I get to see the Jackson Christian young men quite a bit. Very nice guys. That one high. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Maddox at second. He wants to make sure the ball goes through on a ground ball. I will bet he tags on a fly ball. Doesn't matter, as Landon Rice was walked. So now we've got runners at first and second with 1 out. Carter Hathcock coming up. He was hit with a pitch the last time. He hits left-handed. On deck, Lane Goss, the left fielder. Hathcock's big first baseman. Just missing. And the pitcher did miss that time, but it was close. Close but no cigar. Wind blowing in only slightly. It's probably dropped down to about 5 miles an hour. There will be gusts up in the teens and 20s. There is an attempted pickoff. Not the good one. That's the one that's, I know you're there. Don't get too ambitious. And then you got the one to pick you off. A while ago, the young man was picked off but had presence to dash to the other base, and the throw was a little offline, and it was a bang-bang play. 5-1 the score. Kirk Academy leading. That one fouled off. Great shot again from center field. You get to see the shortstop, the pitcher, catcher, umpire. You get to see Maddox returning to the base. The best in sports, also weddings, church services, even funerals. We've done boxing at Worthy Road Studios before. Paul did a prom last night. No, he didn't get to dance. And that one low in the dirt gets away. The runners will advance to second and third. Puts even more pressure on the defense. And Paul last year had around 5,500 views of the Peabody Prom, and I bet there's a bunch of them ringing up right now as that was put on Worthy Road Studios YouTube page where this game will be put. You can go back and see last night's USJ game with the one and only Steve Beverly, former news director at BBJ and professor of broadcasting. There's a swinging strike two. Best announcers in this area, Dave McCulley, Steve Beverly, Dan Hughes, Coach Joe Holloway. We work for Worthy Road. Terry Clement, our color man, one of the outstanding ones around. There's one drilled to right field, coming on to get it. It's Jones, here's the play, the tag. Will they get him on the relay? Just a hair late. But Eli Terry and Daniel Green tried to make it happen, but it's a sacrifice fly for the second out. The run scored. The runner at second stayed. 3 runs in each inning, so it's 6-1. 5 hits for Kirk Academy. Jackson Christian 1 run, 2 hits. That brings Lane Goss up there, the left fielder. He was on with a single his last time up. And the ball gets away, and you see the runner advance. Now Landon Rice, 90 feet from home plate. There are 2 outs. Jackson Christian wants to make sure they knock it down, and the wind has gusted up to approximately 30. I cannot see the screen on my weather over here, but I'll check it in a minute. And it is blowing hard and in. This one up in the air, but the wind will blow it out of play. And you can hear it whistling, and as I said earlier and mentioned, it is not whistling Dixie. The 1-1 pitch just outside and high. I got an elbow. If you could see a picture of me, you would all laugh. Elbow holding some of my papers, a hand holding my scorebook page down. Oh, where's Game Changer when you need it? That one is high also. 3-1 to count now. 2 outs, runner at third. Infield at normal depth, outfield straight away. And the hitter is Lane Goss, the left fielder. Here's the pitch. Drill foul. Coach Bianco, a great handling of the baseball. And you can tell I'm a broadcaster and a former basketball and football coach. I almost said handling of the basketball. Paul has loaned me a weight so I can weight some of these papers down. Now if he can just protect my nachos. Oh, drill to left field. Back. Left fielder jumps. Did he make the catch? An outstanding catch out there in left field by Easton Jones. And somebody out in the crowd said, Easton, you're my hero. And I would say he's the whole team's hero. Easton Jones catches that one for the last out of the inning, but 3 big runs came across. It's 6-1. Kirk Academy leads Jackson Christian. We'll take a timeout on the BallGame Blitz Network.
Looking for a new and exciting career? At Jackson State Community College, we offer nationally recognized, top-rated programs designed to greenlight your career for success. With courses available in the health sciences, nursing, computer technology, and much more, your next step towards a career starts here at Jackson State. Learn how Jackson State Community College can greenlight your future at greenlightyourfuture.com.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
And you just saw a great ad by the King of Bling, Grover King. And we will remind you, go by and see one of our corner logo sponsors, Blacksmith Restaurant. Ask for the sportsman down there, the guy that runs this version. Jared Page runs the one in Dyersburg, is overall. Ian Insulaco knows a lot about sports. Of course, the replay is brought to you by Mitchell's Body Shop. We had an abbreviated pregame show, but Great American Sports always brings you that. Those corner logo sponsors, Jackson State Community College, who has great in and out of school. You can get it on the internet too. And the hitter will be Easton Jones. Now, isn't that a little funny? Because this is the young man that just made the dramatic catch out in left field. Isn't that the way it always is in the major leagues? Well, it happens in high school and college too. Easton up there. And Easton got hit, so he got his purpose served by getting on base with no outs. And that's going to bring up the seventh place hitter, J.T. Mullins, batting .286. While we're at it, Easton was hitting .327 coming into this contest. J.T., very sharp little left-handed hitter. He can also bunt quite well. Only he gets a hold of one, but it's going to blow back in, and the left fielder makes a nice catch for the first out. That's the problem today. The wind is blowing in. That brings up number 21, Carson Holt. Carson, the designated hitter. He had a huge home run that we're still looking for the baseball last week, or maybe it was it was last week, towards the end of the week. Hitting .259 with 11 RBIs. The breaking ball just missed. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, runner at first. Todd Lumley coaching down there at first base. Chase McLean, the head coach, at third base. The pitch, swinging strike 2, and that's that big one. He reached down, like I said last week, and got one at about the same level, and we have people out in caravans looking for it. Here's the pitch, just missing. 2 balls, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the second. Kirk Academy leads Jackson Christian 6-1. Runner on first. This one could be a double play, maybe hit too slow, and it's a fielder's choice. Getting the runner 4-1 at first. Advancing to second is Easton Jones, the left fielder. And that will bring up the big man, Daniel Green, number 16. Green hitting .267. Hits in the 8th place. Somebody the other day started, one of the kids singing Daniel Boone in front of me. Actually, Daniel Green's probably bigger than Daniel Boone was. Pitch inside for a ball. Green usually has a very good eye. Last night he came on as a pinch hitter, and he really watched that strike zone well and got an important hit. Big fellow, good guy to talk to. Plays basketball and football, or can. Here's one sharply hit to the second baseman, and it's over to first. That'll end the inning. Second baseman made 2 of the putouts. There was one runner left, but no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. The end of 2. Kirk Academy 6, Jackson Christian 1. Let's take a timeout on the Worthy Road BallGame Blitz Network.
Football looks fun. I bet I would have been great at it. The first football playing Deer, they would have made a movie about me and everything. Probably get Kurt Russell to play me. But alas, me and my dreams run right over again.
For fast, reliable collision repair, trust the experts at Mitchell's Body Shop. And get back out there.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way. championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
We are back here where during the timeout for commercials, the wind really whipped up quite a bit. Jack Collins still on the mound going into the third. Let's see where it lines up here. Looks like Gage Griffin, the catcher, will be hitting here in the top of the third. He'll be followed by Logan Pratt and Mitchell Madden. Gage flew out to center field. Billy Bolin on the main camera doing such a great job. Here's one hit to left field. High ball. Looks like it's going to go foul. Trying to make a catch, and boy, Easton Jones out there is fearless. Man, if we're going to run into people and fences and stuff, I want Easton on my team. He will go after it. He is fearless out there. Good effort. Didn't get it. I know his pitcher appreciates that. Don't forget about Jones Chevrolet and Dynamics. Dynamics is the crew that takes care of these young people on Jackson Christian, a lot of the area schools. They also have private citizen care and can get you rebuilt. They will check you. So with a 1-strike count, Jack Collins is ready to come to the plate. And again, this one popped up. Daniel Green says, I'm taking charge. Got that first baseman mitt, steps under it, gets it for the first out. So Gage Griffin pops to the first baseman for the first out, bringing up Logan Pratt, who struck out his first time up. Now, each pitcher has only 1 strikeout in this contest. Again, we're in the top of the third. The outfield is straight away. Here's the pitch. Low. It was over the plate, but too low. Logan Pratt, the DH, right-handed hitter, midway of the box. That one just kind of, you close the brake hinge on those mitts a little too soon. It slid past Wyatt Jones. But no harm, no foul. Nobody on base. Give you another tip on watching games. If they give you good shots, watch the stance. Watch where the feet are placed for open, closed, or balanced stance. There's a swinging strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Jack Collins had a little bit on that one. Everybody at normal depth and straight away in the outfield. That one high. That should run the count to 3-1. And like I said, I do not have my game changer. I was trying to get you a win. There is a win threat today, and it could whip up to, feels like it's 83, even though it's just 81. And walking is Logan Pratt. So he gets the job done. He wanted to get on base. That's what the team and Coach Bianco wanted. Now, Mitchell Madden, the second baseman, comes up there. Unofficially, he is 0 for 0. Had a walk his first time up. He wants to move the runners along with 1 out. Don't think he's not showing bunt. Pitch high. Runner at first. He may have the take till you throw a strike. Let's see, there's the pickoff move to first, but back quickly. Didn't have a big lead down there. Pratt didn't. So 1 ball, no strike count with 1 out and a runner at first. Mitchell Madden, the second baseman. That one, the 59-foot pitch, 60 feet 6 inches to the plate, and the runner will advance. That's a wild pitch. So now with a runner in scoring position at second base, let's see what the coaching staff has come up with. Are they letting him hit away? It's 2 balls, no strikes. Are they asking him to take? Will we see the bunt or fake bunt? I don't think so. We try to check the stance. Sometimes the stance can tell you something. Here's one hit. Third baseman will cut it off, go to first. The runner will advance. And because Daniel Green is tall and he can jump, he got that one. 5-3. 2 outs in the inning. The runner has advanced. Pratt is at third. So it's up to Corolla, Anthony Corolla, the third baseman, to get him in. Corolla has scored twice. He's been on with a walk and a fielder's choice. So officially he is 0 for 1, has a stolen base. And that pitch was high, release point and Pratt danced down the line quite a bit. Collins will need to really keep an eye on that, but you want to focus on the plate. The thing is get the hitter. Right off the top of the bat, foul. Count now at 1-1. Wind picking up again. This time it's blowing out towards right field, not out, actually, kind of across the field. The 1-1 pitch, strike 2. And I can tell you before the umpire flashed his hand, that was a strike. He's got a better view, but I don't mind telling you when it's like that. Corolla up at the plate, wanting to get a run in. This one high in the sky. And against this guy, it's a little tough, not bad to see. Easton Jones gobbles it up. That ends the inning. There was one man left on base. There was one hit. Or was it? No, that's the out there. So no hits. And it is 6-1. Kirk Academy still leads going into the bottom third. Let's take that time out on the Jackson Christian and Worthy Road Studios network.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
We offer live webcasting for families. It kind of came out of when so many warriors were going overseas to war. We have learned to offer families more choices, that we want to serve our families well and serve our families better.
We are back on the field here on camera one. Billy Boland doing a great job as our main cameraman today. We've got some others. Christian did a great job yesterday for the old BallGame. Fortunate to have them. I have the main man working with me today, Paul Schultze, who is owner, executive producer, director, all-around good guy, and the guy that writes the checks, too, so that makes him a better guy. Welcome all our fans from Jackson Christian and from Kirk Academy to this contest. Kirk Academy has the lead as a young man who went 2 for 2 yesterday. He had 4 positive at-bats. He was on with walks and a hit batsman. Well, he had a sacrifice and it was a hits batsman. Reed Cooper, the second baseman, who always does a good job. He comes to play. You don't get anything less than 100% out of him. Catcher reminds the pitcher where the target and where to throw the baseball. That was not where they wanted it to go. 1 ball, no strikes on Reed Cooper, the fine fielding second baseman of Jackson Christian. Reed gets under this one a little more than he wanted. He wanted to drive it, and it went to the right area, but too high, and the center fielder makes a great play for the first out. And, of course, center fielder is Noah Jackson. And coming up to the plate, Eli Terry, the right fielder. Here's one hit on the ground off the pitcher's glove first, though, to the second baseman for the out. And there are 2 outs in the inning. Score that. You have to put 1, 4, 3 if you properly score that one. Doesn't matter. It's the second out. Zach Creasy comes up, hitting .328. On base percentage 421, and we need Zach on base if you're a Jackson Christian fan. There are several. There's a pup and an older dog, both here having fun at the ballpark, both under control, watching the game. And you see the umpire put that right hand out, signaling strike one. 1 strike the count with 2 outs, nobody on. Here's one to the third baseman, gets it on the low hop over to first. And that is the side retired. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Score at the end of 3, Kirk Academy 6, Jackson Christian 1. Let's take the timeout on the BallGame Blitz Network.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
Back for the top of the fourth. Be Jack Collins' 4th inning of work. And he'll be facing the number 2 man in the order, the center fielder, Noah Jackson. Jackson has scored twice, and he's 2 for 2 in this contest. He'll be followed by Hudson Maddox, who's also 2 for 2. Top of the order really producing for Kirk Academy. The left-hander Jack Collins peering in for his sign. Here's the pitch. And I think they'll say he went around, and they do. It's 1 strike to count. Brian Bullard talking a little bit to Coach Bianco. Brian played down at Freed Hardeman. Coach Bianco played at a community college. Here's one. Popped up, reaching for it. Reed Cooper's going to take charge for the first out of the inning. So there's 1 away in Hudson Maddox. And he's got a double and a home run. That home run coming in the first for 3 RBIs and put his team on top and set tempo. He's 2 for 2. Let's see how they pitch him this time. Jack Collins on the mound. Everybody's normal depth in the infield, backing up a little bit in the outfield, but playing him straight away. This one popped up. JT got a late start, but comes on and makes the catch. F8 if you're scoring it, and that's the first time Maddox has not been on base. And with 2 outs, Landon Rice, the right fielder, comes up there. He pitched last night, I believe, over at USJ. He's 0 for 1 officially. He walked back in the second. He has not scored. That pitch a little high, maybe outside from our vantage point. Old Glory blowing in at about 7-8 miles an hour, and it is blowing in. Here's one drill down the first baseline. The only question is it fair, and the umpire says yes, and it won't be a play at second. So Rice in there with a stand-up double. Now Eli Terry got it back in as quick, might have fumbled it in his glove just a little bit, but it's still a double. And that'll bring up number 10, Carter Hathcock. Plays first base, got hit with a pitch in the first, had a sacrifice. So he's played the field, but officially at bat, he has not batted. He's 0 for 0 today. 2 outs, so you'll just play to get the runner at first if it's a ground ball. This one fouled off up against the first base fence. First base coach will retrieve it. So Betsy Favre, JT's grandmother here, she supports the team even when he doesn't pitch. One of our good watchers also on Worthy Road Studios YouTube page. Here's one drilled down that first line and hot-footing it, the first base coach. Ball retrieved out in the outfield by Eli Terry. Terry in right, J.T. Mullins in center field, and Easton Jones, who is way off the line for this hitter. They're really playing him to pull. If he put one down the third baseline, he could run forever. And Easton's fast getting there, can play football and runs well in football. Here's Jack Collins. And that looked like Rip Sewell's Ephus pitch, bounces back to White, but his throw just a little bit to the inside of the base, and we got a runner on third for Kirk Academy. He can score by base hit, error, pass ball, wild pitch, balk. There's all kinds of ways he can score. So it's up to Jackson Christian to get this out and not let Kirk Academy get any further ahead. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one is a ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner on third. This is the pitch that Jack would really like to get him on instead of going to 3-2, even though the runners or one runner won't be running. That one's going to bounce up to the plate, and it's 3-2. There are reasons why pitches do bounce. You can wait and hold too long on your delivery, the release point, things that you do. Maybe your balance got off, but he wants this one. See if he throws the curve or comes with the fastball. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground. Can Reed get to it? No, it gets by him, and that run will score the 7th run. And a base hit and an RBI for Carter Hathcock. So he gets the single. That brings up number 6, Lane Goss, the left fielder. He had a single back in the first inning. He is 1 for 2. Here's one hit on the ground. Reed Coop, and he didn't get to it. I would have sworn his feet looked like he got tangled a little bit. According to the Southern League manual, it's an E, and they agree with me, E4. But I think as much as Coach Bianca teaches team baseball, he doesn't care how they get on as long as they get on. You would like your kids to hit and hit well, but if they can get on by arrow, walk, etc., while batting properly, you would like that. So 2 outs, 1 run in this inning. It's 7-1. Collins still on the mound. Checks his runner at second. Comes to the plate. This one fouled off. Green gives chase, but it's going to go. If we had rows, I'd say it was about 30 rows up. But this one, yeah, we don't have rows. You kind of sit like it's a berm area, and it's a good 40 feet over the fence. Wind just kept pushing it that way, and it is blowing a little bit towards right field, and it's blowing in. So you have to give effort because you don't know what's going to happen with that baseball. No balls, 1 strike, 2 runners on with 2 outs here in the inning. A little low. We're in the 5th. Or actually, we are in the 4th. Shame on you, Coach. Look closer. Put your bifocals back on when you try to read things without them. The pitch by Collins. Again, had a lot of pitches today fouled off. The wind has helped some of this. Now, right now, the wind is blowing straight in. Thought we might give Game Changer one more chance. We'll have to talk to the company a little bit. Collins delivering to the plate, just missing. You see the little sign the umpire gives, but watch the little bit of hesitation. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, Runners at first and second. Gage Griffin, the catcher, at the plate. They're going to throw down. They may have him. Yes, they do. Goss picked off by the catcher. That's 2-3 for the third out. But there was one big run that scored. Griffin will come back to the plate to lead off the fifth for them. But the score at the end of 4 1/2, 7-1 in favor of Kirk Academy over Jackson Christian. Let's take that timeout on the Jackson Christian and Worthy Road Studios network.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
We're back for the bottom of the fourth. Austin Kelly, the shortstop, will lead it off, followed by Wyatt Jones and Easton Jones. If needed, JT Mullins. Jackson Christian needs to start pecking away at that lead. Is Kirk Academy a solid team? And they need some base runners right now and to advance those runners. Kelly comes in with an on-base percentage of .526. He scored 16 runs. Timms on the mound. Connor Timms. Out in front of it a little bit. He'd like to have that one back. He being Austin Kelly. It's a foul ball for strike one. Everybody put you pretty well at normal depth. Tim's pitch, curveball, came off the handle just above where the tape line ends. So a good hitter, the third hitter in our lineup, is in a little bit of peril at 0-2. But he's also good at coming back, plays travel ball during the summer when he's not practicing throwing that football. Hung tough, breaking ball was fouled off. And I see the older big pup has got a tennis ball that he's ready to play ball. Maybe we can put him in the lineup. I bet he could steal a base. Might steal 2 or 3 of them. Todd Lumley talking to the base umpire a little bit. Kelly is ready. Timms is ready. Timms with the slow high kick. This one's going to be fouled off again. Got the top of the screen, bounces back. Still an 0-2 count. We're in the fourth. Timms comes to the plate, misses inside. 1-2. Wind blowing straight in from center field. As you got a young man that can hit the ball. He looks maybe a little slightly stronger than you think. The amount of body fat as that pitch misses is not much on him. It's mostly muscle. Got a good strong cannon for an arm. He can throw the football or the baseball. I don't want to exaggerate, but it'd be close to getting through a brick wall. Timms is ready. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Popped out to right side of the field, going foul. Just don't hit the black Rogue Platinum up there. Hopefully I parked my car far enough away it makes a difference. Good crowd on hand here for this contest. Here's one down the line. Is it good for a base hit? It is, and that is not an error. Let's see, Kelly will be going for 2. He probably won't try 3, slowing up. And, you know, you've heard the old saying that a double is made from home to first. Same thing happens with triples, but left fielder got over there pretty quick. Austin Kelly on second with no outs after that double. And that will bring up Wyatt Jones. Wyatt hitting .273, on base percentage .379. He's driven in 11 runs. He'd like to drive one in right now. I'd like to be in Aloha Pool after this game. You can be in one too. Here's the pitch. Just outside. Goss got over there very quickly. And got the ball back to hold it to a double. Here's one reaching for it. Slow roller. Third baseman comes in, throws, and gets him. Kelly advances to third. Third baseman, that's Corolla, gunned him down, throwing over to the first baseman, Hathcock. Brings up Easton Jones. Easton hitting .327 coming into the contest, 8 RBIs, on base percentage of .473. You get him on, he's a threat to steal. He has 18 stolen bases. The right-hander a little off the plate, right kind of in the middle of the box. Tim's pitch low and outside, and a wise decision. It did not go far enough away for Austin Kelly to score. Outfield basically straight away for Easton. He was hit by a pitch his last time up there. Here's one drill to center field. See if the center fielder can get on his horse. He got on it but can't get it. 1 run is in. Easton Jones is and trips. He had a sure triple and tripped on the bag. Wow, I hate that for him. He did get the RBI, but the trouble is he had a 3-bagger coming to him. So he gets the double and the RBI. 1 out. And it brings up J.T. Mullins. See if the third baseman plays in, as J.T. is a threat. And nobody feels worse about tripping right now than Easton Jones, who is actually a very nimble-footed running back in football. Had some injuries during football season. He's swinging away. It goes to the pitcher, and they've got the runner going to third as he left on contact. So go 1. Let me score it right. 1-5 for the second out. Fielder's choice puts J.T. Mullins on. Carson Holt, the designated hitter, the strong lefty, who has come back from some injuries, is up there wearing number 21. Tim's thought something was happening, or either the dugout did, so they're going to first. Now, Mullins has stolen 5 bases this year. His on-base percentage is .394. Pitch, bouncing foul. That one bounced so high, it's kind of like bouncing off my head with the baseball. It went high enough to go over the fence. Foul. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. A runner at first. J.T. Mullins wants to get to home plate. He's saying, please, Mr. Carson, get me there. Timms doesn't want to get him there. That one is outside. May have had a little bend in it. It was high, though. Couple of steps shading to right by the center fielder. Left fielder, the same thing. Up in the air, looks like it's going to get out of play, foul. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at first. We're in the bottom of the 4th. These games go 7 innings. Both pitchers are allowed 121 pitches. Ooh, that one just missed. And Carson Holt's got a better eye than I do. That's the reason he hits better than I did when I played. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner at first. Timms gets his sign. He works fast, and a swinging strike 3. That's his second strikeout. That ends the inning. There was 1 hit and 1 run in that inning. Actually, 2 hits and 1. With the score 7-2, Kirk Academy over Jackson Christian. Let's take that time out on the BallGame Blitz.
Ready for spring cleaning? Don't forget your HVAC system. Somebody needs to clean out all that dust and grime, and that somebody is us. Let McCoy's Heating and Air professionally clean your system so cool air can flow where it needs to go. Schedule now and you can get your cleaning for only $90. Call McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
And we are back as a pitching change has been made for the Eagles. And let me get my roster out while I check things over. Kai Wyatt coming on. Kai is a right-handed pitcher. He's a sophomore. He's 5'8", 205. He bats right and throws right. Kai Wyatt on in relief. Jack, and that's a good number of innings for Jack Collins. And his scorecard finishes 7 runs, 7 hits, no, 1 error was made behind him. But anyway, it is now Kirk Academy's time at bat in the top of the 5th, and that brings up Gage Griffin, who is at the plate. Griffin pops this one foul. Griffin flied out in the first. Looks like popped up in the 3rd, so he is 0 for 2 today. He's caught a good game. Wind whipping up again, blowing the old scorebook around. Here's one drilled to right field. Back is Eli Terry, and it gets past him. He's headed to second, and it'll be cut off and slides in second. And that is Gage Griffin's first hit, and he gives his team a runner in scoring position at second base. Thought Terry was going to have it. It had a bead, and the wind had changed and gone to right field, blowing across, and it blew it just a slight amount away from him. Logan Pratt up to hit off of Kai Wyatt. No out, sent a runner at second. Good pitch right on that right outside corner, or the left outside corner. Way to go, Coach. I'm ambidextrous, so I have trouble with that sometimes, thinking whether I'm doing things right-handed or left-handed. One of my students one time said, "Coach, I thought you were amphibious," and I had to laugh about that. I said, "No, ambidextrous. There's a difference." And it wasn't in science class, so I'm glad. I would have been embarrassed. There's a swinging strike on a dandy curveball, got away from from Wyatt Jones. And then you say, why would you have been embarrassed, Coach? Because if that was a science class and you hadn't taught your kids the difference between being amphibious and ambidextrous, you as a teacher had failed. No balls, 2 strikes, a runner at second. The hitter's Logan Pratt, the DH. Wyatt Jones very active, and yes, you just heard me crunch a pickle. I didn't mean to. That was a piece that fallen back in a little pickle thing. And I do crunch. And when they hit me, I probably crunch back in football too. I have more injuries than Carter had liver pills a long time ago, or peanuts, either one. Here's Wyatt's pitch. A swinging strike. He gets his first strikeout. And that helps the cause because obviously the runner is not advancing. Coming up to the plate, the second baseman, Mitchell Madden. Pitch right down Main Street by Kai Wyatt. Mitchell Madden's a senior this year for Kirk Academy. Strike two, and that was right at the line. If you drew a dotted line out there or if you are into angles and stuff, that one came in. And if you came at a right angle up from the plate and across to the batter, it was a strike. Here's the pitch. This one, the old 58-footer, and the plate, as I tell you, is 60 feet 6 inches. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wearing number 14, Kai Wyatt out there. Wyatt, just a sophomore. I told you, we've got a lot of fine young sophomores on this team. The pitch. Drilled on the ground. Cooper couldn't get to it. It's through, and they'll hold the runner up as Coach Bianco was halfway up the line and safely towards the Jackson Christian dugout, so you're out of the line of play. So now runners at first and third as Madden singles. Let's see if he will be going on the first or second pitch. Griffin's at third. Top of the order, the sophomore, Anthony Corolla, is up there. He scored twice. He's 0 for 2 officially. He'd like to get a bingle here, meaning a single or a hit, really. And you don't spell that like Bengal Tiger either. It's B-I-N-G-L-E. Sometimes used by announcers. Pickoff move. There's my hi. I'm Kai Wyatt. I know you're there. Wait till you see my good move. Green holding on. Flag bowling to right field now. That's a strike. I guarantee you it was a strike. The only thing's more sure than that one being a strike are death and taxes. Wyatt ready with runners at first and third. Let's see if the runner at first going. He's staying pretty close. One out. Sometimes you like to see him run. And, he made a move, and a good move as Wyatt made his good move, and it was close but safe. The runner was about to get ready to take off. Let's see if Coach Bianca has changed what's happening here. 1 strike pitch just about to be thrown, and he's going. The step off, they won't get him, though. It has to be executed just a hair quicker. It was executed properly, but it has to be done a little quicker. So now there are runners in scoring position with 1 out. Anthony Corolla, the third baseman, a sophomore, is up there at the plate. Wyatt dearly wanting to get a strikeout here. This one is up in the air. Is it going to be deep enough? The runner is going to tag. Mullins is under it, streaking to the plate, and they're going to throw to third base. They cut it off. A run scores, that being Gage Griffin. The runner made it to second, or from second, made it to third. There's 2 outs in the inning, but the 8th run has been put up there. 8 runs and 9 hits so far for the Kirk Academy team out of Grenada, Mississippi. The Raiders. That one fouled off. The pitch fouled off to right field. They'll give chase. Take a look at way out there. You know, and Paul Schultze, we mentioned Terry Clement as a great color man. We left one out. Our basketball color man is coaching baseball right now, Brian Bullard, And Brian adds so much to our broadcast on basketball. We are very pleased to have him as part of our crew. So we've got also the two of the best color men in the area working for us too. Terry Clement and Brian Bullard, that one foul tip. But you got a knockdown, drag out starting lineup of play-by-play people you won't find anywhere in the country better. All of us have done championship games, everything from TSSAA championships to the NAIA championships. Here's one fouled away. Worthy Road Studios, if you need them for proms, and that's what Paul did last night. Paul, you got any earthly idea how many hits you've had on it yet? I guarantee people watching it. And the reason people watch it, I want to make sure Paul doesn't dance now. Paul has 2 left feet, if you didn't know that. Got graduation. Oh, I forgot about that. There's a swinging strike 3. Guy got what he wanted, but still gave up 1 run. It's 8-2. We're going to take a timeout and come back for the bottom of the 5th. Fleet Feet, your locally owned source for the best shoes for school, work, running, and everyday comfort. They offer a 3D scan of your feet and professional fitting. Fleet Feet sells the top-selling brands Hoka, On Cloud, and Brooks. To add comfort to your spikes or other performance shoes, let Fleet Feet fit you for a pair of arch support inserts. Get the quality you want and the service you deserve at Fleet Feet in Jackson on Oil Well Road beside Walgreens.
Tired of going to the dealerships only to see empty spaces? Then come to Carlock Nissan of Jackson. We have over 60 new vehicles in stock and more coming in daily. You can see, feel, and of course smell that new car smell. Save up to $8,600 off MSRP on a new Nissan. Plus, special APR financing as low as 1.9%. It's all at Carlock Nissan of Jackson. You should already be here.
Back out on the mound, Connor Timms has gone all the way for his team. Kai White came on in relief for his. Leading off for Jackson Christian School, Daniel Green, the big first baseman. He'll be followed by Reed Cooper, the second baseman, and Eli Terry, the right fielder. Daniel popped out the last time up. He's only been up 1 time. They almost batted around in 1 inning, which helped Kirk. Their players, some of them have more plate appearances. Tim's first pitch to Green. Green wanted it, and the big man got under it a little too much. That was in his wheelhouse, and if he evens that uppercut out a little bit then, we'd be chasing past the tennis court for that baseball. So a no ball, 1 strike count, and Tim's is a quick worker, ready to deliver, and he got Green to chase one outside then. Oh, temptation. Tennessee National Guard helps bring you these. Go by, holler at those guys, and become one of them. Timms with the 0-2 pitch. On the ground, third baseman. Carola's been busy. Shoots it over to first for the first out of the inning. So with 1 out, Reed Cooper coming up. He was 2 for 2 yesterday. Had a sacrifice and a walk. Today he's 0 for 1. Reed Cooper, fine fielding young second baseman. On base percentage .273. He has scored 13 runs, stolen 2 bases. Hits and throws right-handed, as you probably surmised with him being a second baseman. There's one down Main Street for a strike. Aloha Pools, Elite Dental, McCoy's Heating and Air, Hub City Deli, some of the fine sponsors. We have a Jackson Christian Eagle show on Tuesday nights during the football season. There's one bouncing ball to the shortstop. Coming up, Maddox wants to make the play, guns it over there, 6-3 for the second out, and Maddox has a gun. That will bring up the leadoff man for the team, Eli Terry. Eli, we need him on base. He has a .576 on-base percentage. He has stolen 8 bases and scored 12 runs. We'd like to see him score his 13th run. Front foot about even with the front of the plate, off the plate about 6 inches. Curveball just missing. Some of our other fine sponsors, Nest Realty, Lonnie Cobb Ford, and King Jewelers. There's another pitch outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Kaufman Furniture, Arrington Funeral Home Directors, Bank of Jackson. And a nice pitch for a strike makes it. Now, I've got 2-1 on my book. They've got 1-1 on the scoreboard. We'll find out who's right here in a minute. That one high. There are 2 outs in the inning, needing base runners badly. Trailing 8-2 is Jackson Christian School to Kirk Academy. Tim's pitch, ground ball to Maddox, and again, he's got that gun. Shoots it over a little low, but the first baseman does a good job and picks it up. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. The score at the end of 5 innings of play, Kirk Academy 8 and Jackson Christian 2. Let's take that time out on Jackson Christian BallGame Blitz Network.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Mention BallGame Blitz Sports Network and receive a free gift. Boy, I saw the Red Hooks ad there, and folks, let me tell you, go by. They got some great seafood, Cajun flavoring to it. And if you'll tell them you heard about them on the BallGame Blitz, they will give you a free gift, and it is good food. The scallops are good. My Marine buddy of 24 years, Joe Gracie, loves it. Kai Wyatt ready to pitch. Here's his first pitch, about a 59-foot fastball in the dirt. And a 1-ball, or actually 2-ball count. That's what I get for depending on the scoreboard. Oh, right down Main Street with a little zip on it. Now, Wyatt Jones strong enough to throw it back. He almost let that one sail on him a little bit from his knees. I've seen him throw a runner out from his knees before. Maddox hits that one hard in the hole. Austin Kelly comes up with it, shoots it to green at first, and the runner is out. So Maddox is out 6-3, and that brings up Landon Rice. He had a double his last time up. Up at bat, number 20, Landon Rice, the right fielder. He picked up a win last night, I believe, over USJ. That one was hard fought, 2-1 game. Kai Wyatt's pitch coming. Makes it a 2-1 count. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on base. Carter Hathcock will be next. That one high, not where Kai wanted it. But we don't have do-overs in baseball on situations like that, so that makes it 3-1. Here's one popped out. Will it get over? Yes, it does. It's just like you picked it up and threw it out there. And Landon Rice is on with a single. Austin Kelly knew but kept going after it. It was over his head, and there's no way the outfielders could have gotten there. Runner on first, one out. Hathcock coming up to the plate. Singled his last time up, had an RBI with it. He wears number 10. He hits left-handed. Right fielder a little closer to the wall. Wind blowing hard in from center field. The greatest flag on earth, the United States flag, flying straight in. I mean, it is standing up. Now it switches to right field just a hair. Fully to right field. It's actually a crosswind now. And blowing hard, as you can hear on my microphone. And I'm inside our mobile studio. But the window is open, and so I do get a little air. That's okay. Ready for the pitch. And that one is high to number 10, Hathcock. Carter Hathcock has done a good job over at first base. Hadn't had a lot of strikeouts in this game. White got one a while ago. I think both teams have batters each. Runner running. Wyatt Jones comes up throwing. They've got him. He missed the tag. And that you're going forward trying to catch the ball, and you got to make a sweep tag. It's a hard tag to make. The runner made a good slide, and he stole the base. Thought he had him. The throw got there in time, but it was just at a spot where you have to go up and meet it, and you got to hope you can make the sweep tag. White checks the runner. Kelly's back there giving him a little bit of, hey, I know I'm back here. You know I'm back here. 3 balls, no strikes. See if Coach Bianco gives him the green light. He'll swing if he likes it. If he does, and I have not picked up all of his signs yet. I am good at interpreting team signs. 3-0 pitch just about on its way as they check the runner. Here's Wyatt's pitch. Just a little low. Walked him. So runners at first and second. With runners at first and second, Lane Goss, who singled in the first, comes up there. He's 1 for 3 on the day, and Wyatt Jones wants to go out and talk to him. Lane wears number 6. He is hustled out there in the outfield. Of course, Kirk in their red uniforms with the black numerals with the white surrounding them. Jackson Christian's got their white uniforms on with the blue stripe down the pants. The numbers are more of an outline number. It's an outline in blue around the white jersey. They're wearing their white caps today. They have multiple caps. A lot of teams do. That one is low, so a ball, 1 count with runners at first and second. Kai doesn't want to get behind and put himself in a spot where he cannot maneuver in and out. You don't want to throw the fastball down Main Street. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside, Jones had him. If the throw doesn't sail up high, it's got him. Wyatt Jones knows when he can get it. And that one, I guess you could say he would have been got. Not great English. English teachers all over the place, but at least I'm not Dizzy Dean. And I don't say slud into third and the umpires are calling the game. Of course, Dizzy Dean from Mississippi and Arkansas fame. And there's a strike. Lane wants to think about that one a little bit. Two and 1 count, 2 runners on with only 1 out in the inning. Lane Goss, the left fielder, hitting right-handed up there. Outfield straight away. Pitch high. Release point a little bit high, and that's where it came from. Again, I told you during the game, if you get a chance, watch the footwork of the pitcher, watch the release points and the different things. Watch how he follows through, because if you ever had to have a bunt, if they follow through too much to a base like first base and you're right-handed, you bunt on them to the third base side. And that's a ball, and that walks them full. You can say the sacks are jammed. You can say there are ducks on the pond, but the bottom line is there's 3 runners on with only 1 out. We'll see how Jackson Christian will play it. But before we do that, Coach Chase McLean comes out with some words of wisdom, possibly a mechanics point out. Gage Griffin, the catcher, will be up there when we resume action. Gage giving instruction, his players listening. Gage is very succinct. He can get the words to you, and he doesn't have to spend a lot of time. Very articulate young man. He and a couple of his guys, including Wyatt Jones, the catcher, are responsible for some of just about all of my media stats and the sheets that they give me, folks. You wouldn't believe how hard those kids work on this thing. Gage Griffin up there, the senior, would love to drive a couple of runs home. Now, the height of what you want to do is hit the grand slam home run. You just want to get base. First and third are in, second and short are at double play depth. It's hit to third. Creasy comes up with it. He'll come to the plate, and they're going to say safe. They say White did not handle the ball cleanly and hold it long enough, so a run scores. You've got Griffin on with a fielder's choice. The sacks are still jammed. You got Griffin at first, Goss at second, and Hathcock at third. And a 9-2 contest. Now, if you're thinking 10-run rule, they, being Kirk Academy, we would have to have 12 runs. It looks like we're going to get a runner or either change equipment. I can't tell. And we're going to get a change in runner, and that's number 30. I'm not looking at the roster, but I want to believe that is Davies running at first. And there's a strike, as you see. 30, and I'm almost sure of that. Ty Davies. Ball gets away. The runner's going to attempt to score, and he does because we don't feel the ball. And Hathcock scores. The runners advance. Ty Davies running in now at second base. Davies wears number 30. It is now 10-2, but again, for the 10-run rule, and Jackson Christian would get the bat in the bottom of the inning. But now it's imperative to the runner on first is the one that makes it dangerous for the 10-run rule. At bat, Logan Pratt, the designated hitter. He struck out his last time up. He's 0 for 2 today. He has a walk. Swinging strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on first and third. 1 out. See if they send the runner on this pitch at first. He's not going. This one popped up. It's going to be out of play because Daniel Green, if he thought he had 1% chance, would be over there trying to break a hole in the wall to get to it. So we'll do the 2-2 pitch again. Remember, only 1 out. Jackson Christian thinks, and a great pickup of that pickoff attempt by Green. Probably saved a run and base advancement. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and a strike. That's the second strikeout for Kai White. And it brings up Mitchell Madden, the second baseman. Wears number 9, hits 9th. Had a single the last time up. 1 for 3. You know he went back to first again. Runner doing the wide. I've seen young men step off too quick and the pitcher come right back to the first base with it and get them, but a good job by the runner. That's a strike. Got that outside corner. It was under the shoulder blades just a little bit. I'm talking about away from him. But but you draw a dotted line across there, and you got one coming down the perpendiculars and all that good stuff like that. I've forgotten more geometry than I ever knew. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. Same spot. So if the first one was a strike, that one had to be a strike. 0-2 the count with a runner on first and second, or first and third. Kai Wyatt's pitch coming, and it is the 56-foot variety. The Indian rubber man at the plate, Wyatt Jones, blocked that one. I wonder how many bruises Wyatt has after a ball game, because no matter how well the game's pitched, sooner or later there's going to be one in the ground or one fouled off on you. Again, the 55-footer. Kai really wanted to strike out then. He was coming. He tried to have Von Ryan's Express with a supersonic jet behind it. Kind of overthrew that one a little bit, but that's okay. He was making the effort. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. The deuce is wild here. Wyatt's pitch just missing a little low. Won't be a merry-go-round because there's nobody on first. You got runners at second and third. Goss at third. Dave's at second. The payoff pitch. Swinging strike 3 for his third strikeout. But 2 runs have scored. It is 10-2, and we're going to go into the bottom of the 6th. We'll take a timeout on the Worthy Road Studios Network.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's body shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Back in the bottom of the 6th. We're here at Murrell Haas Field on Jackson Christian's beautiful campus. A few clouds have drifted in. Has cooled things off. At one time it was 82 degrees. Felt like 83. To lead it off, Zach Creasy, the third baseman. He'll be followed by Austin Kelly, Wyatt Jones, and Easton Jones, the heart of the Jackson Christian lineup. So they need to make some hay while the sun shines. Better than hay, they need to score some runs. Zach Creasy just the man to do that with. Don't forget about McCoy's Heating and Air and Elite Dental, and they do good work. Zach Creasy, .328 average, 14 RBIs, 19 runs, on-base percentage of .421. Front foot even with the front of the plate. A pitch outside as Timms has gone all the way. Connor Timms for his team, the Raiders. The 1-0 pitch swung on, and Zach could have lost that one if he had had contact. Umpires have done a nice job today. Monlo Hodge did a great job. And that one a foul by accident yesterday, and Monlo was 100% right. I was wrong on a call. Now, I was close to being right. If the runner had just brushed by him and not come straight at him, you don't always have to get down, but you can't run at him. And it wasn't an attempt to hurt or anything, but Monlo made the right call. That one outside and low, evens the count at 2-2. Roger Page did a good job. I'm not familiar with these two gentlemen. Of course, Monlo is a young man, but he called a lot of my ball games at the end of my coaching career. Ground ball, the big hop. Maddox with the gun. he doesn't even have to crow hop step, guns it over to first and gets the out. So 1 out in the inning. Maddox, a very good player. I know Ole Miss is going to be very happy with him. It's not on my notes, but I know there's one other young man that is committed to Southern Miss on the squad. This brings up Austin Kelly, who's had a good day today. Austin singled early, and he's doubled. Yeah, he does need a triple and a home run for the cycle. He got our first RBI today. Austin at .339, on base percentage of .516. Now has 16 RBIs. But he's in the hole 0-2 with 1 out. We're in the 6th. And unless we score about 18 runs, then we could win by 10 and we'd have the 10-run rule. So this game will continue into the 7th inning. The pitch, curveball, was mighty close. The umpire was tempted, but he did the right thing, as he called it. He's got the best place in the house to call those balls and strikes. Here's the pitch, fouled off. Todd Lumley at first base coaching. Out of the picture right now, but well, I can see him now, the picture we have. Chase McLean playing it safe back at that corner. He's coaching third. Here's one on the ground. Will he get through? Takes a couple of hops, gets through for a base hit. And Austin Kelly has his third base hit. And what's even more important is we've got a runner on first. And that brings up Wyatt Jones, and Wyatt he's hit into a double play. He's grounded out. He's looking for his first hit, and he's a very good hitter. That's the thing. He's your cleanup man. He can bring them home if he needs to. And that one a little high. Wyatt's got 11 RBIs, on base percentage of .379, hitting .273. Very capable of driving the ball. That one outside. He's got a very good eye usually. Now, in football, I would not want him. If I was the ball carrier, I'd probably hand him the football and get out of his way. Like I told you early in the broadcast, unlicensed chiropractor. Hits a number on the ground. The catcher's going to field it. Fair ball. He'll go to first. And it's a 2-3 throw for the first out. It's a fielder's choice. And Austin Kelly has advanced to second. Easton Jones comes up there. He's been hit by a pitch. He's had a double and an RBI. Easton, a very good hitter, .327, .473 on base percentage. And you hear my papers rattling up here where the wind picked up. That one is a strike. Tim's with a good pitch. He doesn't look like he's tired very much. He's done a good job there on the mound today. Pitch got him to be out in front a little bit. Sky high in right field. Right fielder Kemp's under it. That's Rice, and that makes the third out. So there was no runs on one hit, no errors, and one man left on base. Score at the end of 6 innings of play is 10-2 in favor of the Kirk Academy Raiders over the Jackson Christian Eagles. Let's take that time out.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
McKinley Arnold hitting, and no, don't let it scare you, Kirk Academy friends. That is a softball game. Jackson Christian leading it in the top of the fourth, 7-1, and our fine catcher, McKinley Arnold, leading off. I've got the game changers working there, but they're on a different internet than we are, and for some reason Game Changer didn't want to cooperate with us. This is the top of the order up there. Anthony Corolla, the third baseman. He's a sophomore. He drills one if it stays fair, and it's just foul. Coach Bianco tried to help the umpire, but the umpire right on that line. It probably was fouled by maybe 2 inches. Good shot by the Worthy Road Studios crew. Now Jackson Christian leading 8-1. I didn't keep my eye on the game changer on the girls' game. They are playing Bell Green Bulldogs varsity. I've never heard of Bell Green. They've evidently been in a play day type tournament or a classic where you just swap opponents around, maybe pool play. That one is a 55-foot fastball. Didn't get to talk to our good softball coach, Jennifer Wheeler, before she left on that trip or to that tournament. Kai White ready, firing in there, and a strike. Corolla would like to add, he scored twice. He's not had a hit, but he would love to have one. Pitch is high, evens the count at 2-2. We've got all kinds of, we've got older dogs, middle-aged dogs, and puppies watching the game. That one is inside, running the count to 3-2. It's kind of a standing joke that my friends don't pay attention. They're calling me, and they know I'm doing this important ball game. And walked him. So 2 walks on the day and 2 runs scored. And Anthony Corolla will be at first with no outs. Good base stealer and runner. Noah Jackson, the center fielder, comes up there, singled in the first, doubled in the second, has scored twice. Popped up to the second baseman. He'll be up there with no outs. Kai White has checked, taking a long time, comes to the plate outside. And I would say it looks like we have changed catchers. We will pick that up. You can't see the number with the straps on the back of the chest protector, but it could be Minot back there catching. They're running. A throw down to second. And it doesn't get there in time, so there's a runner at second. Darby Palmer says he's watching in St. Louis with the freshman trip class. Go Darby, and he's our fine football coach. Record break. He's the winningest coach in Jackson Christian history right now. And there's the old 57 or 8-footer. I would have to look at it. And Darby, a great father to his children, plus a guy you'd want with your kids on a trip. He's going to take good care of them, he and the other teachers and chaperones there. So the freshman class is in St. Louis. have him if it gets there, but it was close, and they got back in time. Guy White studying the situation a little bit. They're going to steal third. Is that time we kind of went to sleep. The throw, and I'm going to tell you what, if that's Zach still in there, and folks, I've got to check numbers to see whoever our third baseman is right now made a great stop. Corolla over at third now with no outs. There's a strike. Of course, the numbers are on the back, and I cannot see them right now, but we'll pick it up. You have to use the binoculars. Something popped up in a tough spot. Who's going to come on and get it? And the right fielder called him off, and that is the proper thing. A strike thrown to the plate. Good piece of fielding. They called Daniel Green off because that's a tough catch, especially with that first baseman mitt. And our right fielder did a great job of getting the first out. Hudson Maddox up there, a very dangerous hitter. You want to pitch him carefully. Low, and that's not a bad place to pitch him. You'd like to raise it just a hair and get a strike. And Eli Terry, if that is still you out there, because again, without the numbers sometimes a little tougher. Again, just a hair low, and it is a ball, but a good place to pitch this outstanding young hitter who had a home run his first time up and a double. Since then, he's been 0 for 2, so he's 2 for 4 today, but with 4 big RBIs. Guy White's 2-0 pitch, and that one is the 59-footer. Remember, the plate is 60 feet, 6 inches. Got a picture from Bud Young. He's at the Hall of Fame, the National Foundation's Hall of Fame banquet. And again, we appreciate Darby and the freshman class letting us know I'm looking forward to football season. And there's a walk. So Maddox is on. I bet he's stealing, although you may not want to put your big man to have to slide or something on that, but I didn't catch all the sign. You got to know what the indicator is, too, on a sign. Landon Rice, the cleanup man, a pretty good hitter, and I believe he is the young man that's committed to Southern Miss. I could stand to be corrected. Up towards the front of the box is a left-handed hitter. Jackson Christian wants 2. Rice hits a ground ball. Let's see if we can convert it. There's 1 and 2. It was close at first, but it was a double play, and that ends the 7th inning. Jackson Christian has to score 8 to tie it, 9 to win it here in the bottom of the 7th. Now, they've had some comebacks this year, so folks, never give up. As the great Yogi Berra said, it ain't over till it's over. Let's take a short time out here on the Worthy Road Studios Network.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all prearranged funerals. So you may have prearranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all prearranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
Carlac Prestige is not your typical used car dealer. We have everything from a Porsche to this, and lots more. We inspect and repair all our vehicles. Ask us to prove it. We will.
Carlac Prestige, Van Drive, Jackson.
And we are back here for the bottom of the seventh. We need 8 runs. Coach Brian Bullard, the bench coach and an excellent player, once upon a time, Fred Hardeman out giving encouragement. Todd Lumley wants some base runners. He's lonely at first base. Chase McLean says, I just want to wave them home, so give me some runners around here. And that brings up number 7, the center fielder, J.T. Mullins. He is 0 for 2 today. Carson Holt will follow him, and then the big man, Daniel Green. Connor Timms has been on the mound. What a good job he has done. There's a swinging strike. Of course, getting text here. Bud Young is up at the National Foundation Hall of Fame East Tennessee chapter. The 0-1 pitch inside. Appreciate y'all listening. The wind is blowing. You can hear it through my microphone. That was a strike. And we haven't had any fans blow away today, so I guess we're in good shape. That one just missing. 2 balls, 2 strikes to J.T. Mullins, the fine center fielder. Now the JV team played the Madison JV team earlier today. That one inside, so it runs the count 3-2. And again, the name of the game is Get Base Runners. Anxious fans all over the place. Kirk Academy fans want this game to get over quickly. Jackson Christian wants to extend it. And the umpire calls time. Timms did the right thing and went ahead and followed through. Because you never know. Mullins, Holt, and Green. Cooper if needed. And there are a lot of fans here praying that he is needed. The pitch on the ground to the second baseman. Scoops it up, and I do mean that he flipped it over there. Madden with a good flip. There's one away. Carson Holt, who's 0 for 2, but he's overdue. Holt, the left-handed hitter. Wind blowing in, and the curved ball kind of backdoored a little bit. Looked like it was going to stay outside even with the breakage, and it came right over the black line that's the corner of the plate. That one gets away from the catcher. It looked like when I was trying to catch Phillip Lewis when he was trying to throw his knuckleball. But that wasn't a knuckleball. That one just, sometimes that happens with a break hinge mitt when you close it too quick. Here's one popped up. Will it stay in foul territory where it's playable? Just over the fence. And that's just at a spot where Hathcock couldn't reach over and get it. Helped out by a fan down there. Pretty good arm on the fan. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 7th. 10-2. Kirk Academy leading over the Jackson Christian Eagles. Eagles return to district action against Fayette Academy next week. Games are scheduled for Monday and Tuesday. Possible change maybe in one of them. Reaching and protecting himself with the 1-2 count was Carter Holt, or actually Carson Holt. I have Councilman Cisco, his grandfather, over here. He'll get me. No, David's a good guy. We went to Parkview Elementary and Jackson Jr. together. Here's one drilled. It's up in the air. Back. Will the wind keep it in the ballpark? Great effort by the center fielder, but it's down for a 2-bagger. That is not an error. That's a hit. And that center fielder made a great effort. You folks at Kirk Academy be proud. Folks here at Jackson Christian be very proud of the ball getting down like it did. And we've got a runner at second. We need more of those. And let's see if we're going to have a pinch hitter. Yes, we've got a pinch hitter coming. This is number 26. Caden Nanny will be at the plate. Caden hits left-handed. Going to send a runner out there for Carson as his injuries still keep him from running as fast as he can. But Caden Nanny at the bat. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Second baseman. And he's going to boot one. And that young man is about as sure-gloved Mitchell Madden. And I didn't think he would boot that one, but that is an error. You got to flash the big E on the scoreboard. So Nanny on with the error. E4. Now you've got runners at first and third, but you got to get 8 runners to cross that plate. Number 28, Braden Wilbanks is coming to the plate. Wilbanks batting for Reed Cooper. Wilbanks, a strong young man. Very good pitcher. There's one out in the inning. And he was going for the downs, as they say. He had a nice cut. He makes contact, and that ball's headed towards the wall. First and third, 1 strike to count, 1 out. First and third with the runners. Infield at double play depth. Fouled off, so in the hole. And now Braden Wilbanks has to guard that plate. Just saw Austin Kelly's mom. She worked concession stand and watched the ball game at the same time today. Hollered at us just a second ago. First and third, the 0-2 pitch coming to the plate. Oh, a swinging strike 3, so there's 2 outs now. And I have it unofficially 3 strikeouts by Timms. He's pitched more of a fielder's game. That brings up Eli Terry. He drills one, but it's going foul. Hits the corner of the batting practice pavilion. A very nice structure put up out there. Good facilities here. 2 gymnasiums. One of them, the brand new gym, SQ Gym. What a great facility it is. Paul Kaufman Gym, the original gym for the school, still serves many a purpose. Hosts summer camp games, practice, all kinds of good stuff happens there. Don't forget, we've got some plays coming up here at Jackson Christian School, speech and drama department. And I see, we got 4 dogs watching here, but now one of the dogs is kind of helping field balls in the batting cage area. The puppy has gone to sleep on the game. 0-1 pitch coming to the plate. One and one to count, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Connor Timms on the mound. There's a strike, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the wind has kicked up. It's a good thing I had eaten all the pickles for the hamburger because there's stuff all over the place here from that happening, including pickle juice. That ball gets away. One run may score. Did they get him? They say he is safe. So another run in. The runner for Carson Holt has scored, and that may be, I cannot tell if that's A.J. Hastings. I wished I had gotten my binoculars up quicker, or if it was Blake Rowland. But the run is in. It's 10-3. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner on second. They're going for the pickoff, and it was close. Maddox thought that they had it, and it was close, folks. If you had any nails, they're chewed off after that one. The 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. Runner will be off with the crack of the bat, or the ping, in this case, with aluminum. a ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now, he won't be off with the pitch because there's no runner behind him at first. No advantage to doing that. 3-2 count, 2 outs, runner at second. Tim's ready to deliver, a very quick worker. On the ground, this will go to Maddox. He's got a gun over there. And over to first, and that ends the ball game. 10 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the winning Raiders of Kirk Academy. 3 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors for Jackson Christian. A well-played ball game. The home run set the tone, though, for Kirk Academy as they got out very quickly. We're going to wrap this one up as you see the teams showing sportsmanship, talking at each other, and they know that 2 good teams have been on the field tonight. Maddox had a home run and a double for them. They also had Noah Jackson with a couple of hits, and Landon Rice had a couple of hits out of their 10 hits. For Jackson Christian, Austin Kelly probably had the best performance. He had 3 hits today. The losing pitcher was Jack Collins. Connor Timms, the winning pitcher. And we want to say to everybody out there, please support our sponsors because we don't charge you like the National Federation does. They're going to charge you a little over $12 a month. And the schools really don't make as much money off of theirs as you think they do. And you're going to get a multi-camera instead of a one-camera production with announcers, stats, and things like that. Worthy Road Studios is the leader in West Tennessee and all kinds of videos. Now, we also had a great broadcast tonight, and we remind you, you can go see these broadcasts on the YouTube page of Worthy Road Studios, and it was on the live Jackson Christian Facebook, but these are copyright broadcast. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or further use of this without the express written consent of Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz is prohibited. What a great crew. Looks small, but they do a great job. Multi-cameras, whole bit. Directed and produced by Paul Schultze. Your cameras, the one and only Billy Boland. Your announcer was Coach Joe Holloway. And we want to thank all of our friends at Kirk Academy. We want to thank all of our wonderful people here at Jackson Christian, both here in the stands and listening. And it is now time to say thanks for your time this time. Till next time, good day, all.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.